Hi everyone, today I'm going to be unboxing the first 4 mini albums from ONF. I ordered these albums a little while ago before the group announced they were coming back with their 5th mini album. Their 5th mini album is out now and I highly recommend checking it out because it is really good. I did pre-order their new album and will be doing an unboxing of that when it arrives, so please keep a lookout for that. But I knew I wanted to pick up their first 4 albums and start collecting them after I saw them on Road to Kingdom, because they were a group that impressed me with their debut, and for a lot of reasons I ended up just not really keeping up with them after their debut. So when I saw that they were going to be on Road to Kingdom, I knew that I at least wanted to check out their performances, and all of their performances were so good, it really made me want to go back and listen to their mini albums again and try and get more into them. Unfortunately, they did not win the show, but they do seem to have gotten a lot more public attention from it. Their music video for their new song, Swimming, has already surpassed the views that We Must Love has in only 24 hours of its release, which is so impressive, and I'm so happy for them, and I really hope that their new song does really well and they finally get their first win. Because I think because they did not win Road to Kingdom, they have that robbed favorite status going for them that makes people want to root for them and support their next project. But as I said, I have their first 4 mini albums today. I have On and Off, You Complete Me, We Must Love, and Go Live. So I'm going to be looking at those in chronological order. So this is ONF's debut mini album, On and Off, and I actually did listen to this when it came out. In fact, I was actually anticipating this release, which is very rare for me. I don't typically anticipate new group debuts. There's no track list on the outer packaging, and it is the kind of jewel case digipack style that SM uses for Red Velvet and Shiny a few times. But the reason I was anticipating this debut is because one of the members in ONF was actually a trainee on No Mercy, which was Monsta X's survival show, and I remember before their debut, they performed one of the songs on this album original at some kind of event, and that video came on my timeline because some mom babies were kind of hyping it up, saying that E-tion was finally going to be debuting soon and to please check it out and support his debut. And I really liked the song, so I was really intrigued to see what kind of music they would do for the actual debut. Then when the debut album came out, I really liked the title track, I really liked the B-sides, and I actually thought about buying this album back then, but I ultimately decided not to, because I usually like to wait until a group has at least 2 albums out, so I can get a better idea for the feel of their style before I start collecting them. Because sometimes groups will do a drastic 180 in those early days when they're still kind of finding out their sound and their image. That is not what happened with ONF though, but there are reasons why I didn't end up picking up their albums until now, and we'll get into those when we look at the other albums. So this mini album has 5 songs on it. We have our title track, On and Off, and the B-sides, Difficult, If We Dream, Original, and Cat's Waltz. And Original, as I said, was the song they performed pre-debut that first made me check them out. And this is the actual jewel case where the CD is, and as you can see, there are a bunch of stickers inside that jewel case as well. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stickers in here. So we have individual member stickers, which are, some of them are helpfully labeled, some of them are not. This is a whole bunch of stickers, wow. I know a lot of K-pop fans like stickers, so if you are one of those fans, you will be very pleased with this album. I'm not a huge sticker person, so they're neither here nor there for me. I'm going to try to show you all of them. Here's some more with their names on them. One of my friends has this album, and she says she used the stickers to decorate her water bottle, which is a really cute idea. And the CD itself has an on switch and an off switch, which is really cute. And behind the CD, we just have that pattern. So now let's take a look at the photo book. It is a little bit on the small side due to the jewel case packaging. But it's relatively thick for a debut album. And it does come with a photo card. Minkyun or MK is my bias, so I am hoping for his cards. But I don't think I'm going to thoroughly collect this group because they do have a lot of cards from what I've seen. So of course, whatever card I get, I will be happy with in the end. We have a light switch. This is the first page. So I start with these pictures of JS, and he is one of the group's leaders. The group does have 2 leaders because they're technically divided into 2 subunits. I don't think they've really done anything musically with those units, though. I think it's more of a promotional thing. Jace is the leader of the off team. I think we're starting with their pictures first, because this is you and Wyatt, who are also in the off team. And then we have Lon, who is actually no longer in the group. He left after the We Must Love album. And from what I understand, no one really knows why. But he was in both subunits. We have E-tion from the On unit. E-tion. It says on and off. Oh, nice. I got JS's photo card. And that one is very cute. It's a good thing I can recognize their faces because they're not labeled. It just says on and off on the back. I really love the aesthetics of this release. That was in the music video set, I believe. Very cute. Then we have Minkyun, or MK is the stage name in the group. Some more pictures of Hyojin, who's the other leader. Ooh, I love this with the blue. That's so pretty. Ah, we have a concept switch. Nice. So Hyojin again. You. Jazz. E-tion. Lon. Wyatt. And MK. I feel like you can tell that it is a little bit of a budget photo shoot because the sets are kind of simple, but the photos are really nice. And honestly, I feel like for a debut, it makes sense to go with something a little more cost effective because you don't really know how the debut is going to go. And if you're not a company that's really financially well off, it can really backfire if you sink a lot of money into a debut that doesn't really make you much back right away. This picture is cool. I've seen it used a lot as a promo picture. I don't know why, but I always really love group photos like this where the members are all kind of laying down together. It just seems really casual and nice. We have thanks tos from the members. We have Hyojin, E-tion, JS, and MKs. And then Wyatt, you, and Lon's. Wyatt wrote a lot. We have our lyrics for On and Off. Difficult, If We Dream, Original, and Cat's Waltz. They are kind of hard to read because it's very light white on this background. We have our credits. So pretty solid photo book. Not my favorite packaging, but it's not the worst either. And it is a super solid debut album. And after that album came out was when the problems started, because I don't really pay attention to numbers and stuff, so I don't know how well their debut actually did. But I felt like it did decently well, because I saw people talking about it a lot. But unfortunately, they lost pretty much all of the hype and momentum they had from their debut, because this was the age when Produce 101 and Mix 9 and the Unit were a thing, and WM sent, I think it might have been all of the members of ONF to Mix 9, and I believe a couple of them made it in the final Mix 9 boys group. In retrospect, I understand that the intent was to get publicity for the boys, and it could have worked, especially with some of them making it into the final group. People who followed the group would then hopefully come back over and support ONF. The problem was, Mix 9 being a YG project, the final group never debuted. They waited in limbo for a while, and then YG was just like, yeah, the debu's not happening. So it took a really long time for ONF to come back, and that lost them, like I said, a lot of the hype and momentum they had from their debut, which is a shame, because their follow-up was also a really solid album. This is their second mini-album, the one that was released after the Mix 9 debacle, and it is called You Complete Me. We've got the track list at the bottom here. We have the title track Complete, which is so good. Highly recommend all of their title tracks. They're fantastic. Their B-sides are really good as well, but their title tracks absolutely need to be listened to, in my opinion. Then we had the B-sides of Fly Me to the Moon, Good Morning, 50-50, Incomplete, and 86400. The outer case of mine did break a little bit, but that's not too big of a deal. On the spine, it says On and Off, and that is what the back looks like. They filmed this in America, I believe. It says On and Off on the other spine as well. So it is similar packaging to their first album, with the slipcover that slides off, but it is not a digipack underneath, which is good. So our booklet this time is a lot thicker. Really excited to look through that. And the CD, interestingly, is in this cardboard holder. It says You Complete Me. It is on the whole pretty similar to their first album's packaging, just without the jewel case aspect of it, but I vastly prefer this kind of packaging. I'm just not a big fan of jewel cases. So I think because of the corner of my plastic case tearing a little bit, the corner of the photo book is a little bit bent, but nothing too noticeable, fortunately. And we have this really cute group photo on the front cover. This is On. We start off with JS. Yeah, these are really gorgeous pictures. We have a lawn. A U. Oh, I love the little handwritten text on the pages. We have Hyojin with pink hair. He almost always has red hair, so whenever he doesn't have red hair, it takes me a minute to realize that it's him. Oh, Wyatt with red hair. I forgot he had that color. Because, see, I listened to all of ONF's albums as they were coming out, but I did not follow them closely. But after I saw them on Road to Kingdom, I was just really impressed with what I saw, and so I did want to make an effort to get more into them and learn more about the members. So I've been watching some of their variety content, like Weekly Idol, and a few of their YouTube shows. E-tion looks really cute here. And again, it is a fairly simple concept. Oh, Minkyun with blonde hair looks really good, really handsome. But yeah, it is kind of a simple concept with the athletic photo shoot. But it's just done really well. Oh, and these pictures are oriented the other way. Oh, I just realized this is the on unit plus lawn. That makes sense. I have a group picture. So I was wondering how they divided them. Another group picture. And the words, "You're every part of me," which I assume are lyrics. Oh, this is interesting. We've got like some profiles for the members. We've got Lon, JS. These are actually like really good informational things if you're new to the band. We have E-tion and you. I wonder what that text says. Interesting. And then E-tion and Wyatt. And then MK. And this is You Complete Me. We have another concept switch. Yeah, their photo books are really pretty. Okay, for the photo cards, I remember this one was an album where there were a ton of photo cards. I'll get those at the end. E-tion with pink hair was such a good look. It's actually, I think, a reddish pink right now. So I'm really curious to see how that fades out. If they ever let it go full pink. Oh, and they put them in pink outfits. Oh, that's so cute. I love the blues they keep using. We have our track list again. And then our lyrics were complete. Fly Me to the Moon. Good Morning. 50-50. Incomplete. 86400. And the thanks to's from E-tion, Lon, E-tion, you, Wyatt, and MK. And JS, and then our credits. And it says, "You make me feel complete, girl," which is lyrics from the title track. It's such a fun title track. If you've seen any of their Kingdom performances, if you saw their performance of It's Raining by Rain, they incorporated a lot of the instrumental for Complete and even a few lyrical nods to it in that performance, which I thought was really cool once I realized. Their Road to Kingdom performances were so good. They did such a good job with all the cover songs of really making them their own style. They did a cover of Shiny's Everybody in the first round that was so good. As a Shawwall, I 100% loved it. It was like the most perfect way to cover that song. That was one of my top 3 performances out of the whole show. But now let's take a look at the photo cards that album came with. So it looks like it came with 2 cards and then a Polaroid. And I remember there being a whole bunch of different cards per member for this album, because I remember when it came out I was looking at the packaging and thinking about picking it up, once again thinking about starting to collect ONF, Then when I saw how many photo cards there were, I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that right now. So it came with this really cute group photo card. And then and that's what the back of that one looks like. It says, "You complete me." ONF. And then the member card is same idea, just the colors are different. I got... Oh, is that Lawn? Oh, wow. See, that gives you an idea of just how underrated this group is. Because Lawn left over a year ago, and when I bought these albums, they were still in the initial print. Or I don't know if it was the initial print, but they were still in a print that had Lawn's photo card. Meaning they had not gone out of stock and needed to be reprinted after he left. Which is kind of insane considering how long that's been now. But yeah, seeing how many views their new music video got in 24 hours, I really, really hope that sales will increase for them because their music is so good. They deserve it so much. And that album also came with a Polaroid. And I got... Is that E-tion? Yeah, I think I got E-tions for that. Very cute. Next up, we have the group's third mini-album, We Must Love. And this is definitely the most unique packaging of any of their albums. If you've watched their Road to Kingdom performances, they did this song as their original song round. So good. I want to say it's one of their best title tracks, but then again, all of their title tracks are so good, I don't know if I can fairly say that. But this is where they started to get a little more lore heavy, I feel like, with the videos and packaging. There were some hints of it in the You Complete Me packaging, it felt like. But the music video for this song is very cinematic. In the packaging, it says, "We must love signal message." And it's got some locations in Korea, Vietnam, and Hong Kong. Which I'm wondering if that's where the video was filmed. Then it says message. "I'm not sure what had happened in the past and future of the other world, but I'm sure of one thing. You'll love me." And it is a love song. It's kind of a Red String of Fate, Destiny kind of love song, which I really like those kind of concepts. So I really like this song. And then we have these little photos of the members that are like designed to look like actual photos laid on top of the page. We've got JS, Hyojin, E-tion, Wyatt, MKU, and Lawn. And this was the last album that Lawn was a part of. On the back, again, it really does look like a love letter kind of thing. So with our track listing, we're back down to 5 songs for this mini album. We Must Love, Ice and Fire, Yeah Yeah Yeah, Happily Never After, and I Do. And it is sealed with an actual sticker, which I'm not a big fan of because I always have a hard time opening those without tearing them and then getting them so they're able to be resealed. And because it is envelope style, there is no spine, which I'm also not a huge fan of. And because it is kind of a papery packaging, one of my corners did get a little dented in, but hopefully the goods inside will all be safe. Luckily, I did manage to get the sticker off without damaging it or the album. And then inside, we have our contents. I imagine the random items would just be in here somewhere. Let's see what all we have here. So we have the CD, which is just in this little envelope, which is becoming more popular, I feel like. And the disc is pink. This is We Must Love. Very pretty. And then I'm assuming these are the random member stuff. So it looks like we got you for this little photo. For the unit card, I got the off unit, which is Hyojin, Wyatt, and Minkyun. And then Lawn, because he's a part of both units. That's really cute. I really love random Polaroids. I just like the aesthetics of those a lot. I have a group postcard. No idea if these were random or not. And then I got this one of Hyojin. Which that one is random, I'm pretty sure. Got a handwritten message on the back. Well, a printed handwritten message. Then we have the actual photo book, which is on the thin side compared to complete. I love the red and black outfits. It's such a popular color scheme for boy groups, but I feel like that's because it works really well. I start off with JS. I'm so used to seeing him as a blonde that it takes me a minute when he has dark hair. Then we have E-tion, redhead as he usually is. It really does feel like he's naturally a redhead because he has red hair so often. We have E-tion, Wyatt, Min-kyun, again, looks so good as a blonde. You. Then we have translations of some of the lyrics from the title track on the pages. This one says, "You will love me, you will be everything to me, you will notice in a while, you will get to love me." We have Lon. And then a group photo. Then another group photo, the concept switch. This is some really handsome pictures of JS. E-tion, E-tion, Wyatt, Min-kyun, you, Lon, ooh, I like this concept a lot. Both the outfit and the set. That's really cool. So, I mean, even though it is a thinner photo book, you still get 3 different photo concepts, which is really nice. We have our thanks to's again from E-tion, E-tion, Min-kyun, and Wyatt. And then Lon, you, and JS. We have our lyrics for "We Must Love," "Ice and Fire," "Yeah, Yeah, Yeah," "Happily Never After," and "I Do." And then our credits. And then, finally, we have ONF's 4th mini-album, Go Live. They've gone back to the digipack styling with this one, and that's also the same kind of packaging that their new release, Spin-Off, has. It's interesting because it doesn't really have an album cover. It's just the CD and then the track list, and I believe that is the cover for the digital release. There are 5 songs on this mini-album. The title track, Why, and then the B-sides, Asteroid, All Day, Moscow, Moscow, and Twinkle, Twinkle. And this was their first album released without Lon, and I don't remember if they had started posting teasers or just said they were coming back, but there was some kind of comeback announcement first, and then they announced Lon was leaving. And I remember that because I remember seeing the comeback announcement and being excited, and seeing that a member had left with 0 explanation given. And I remember thinking, that seems messy. Maybe I don't want to get more into them. At least not until that calms down. Because it is usually kind of a difficult and messy situation when members leave groups in K-pop. It's fine. It says Go Live. And like I said, as far as I know, there has been no reason given for why Lon left. And the closest comparison I can think of out of the groups I follow is when Woojin left Stray Kids. And that came completely out of left field, and we don't really have the reason why. But whereas Woojin made social media accounts and did a fan meeting and has been interacting with fans and stuff, Lon just up and disappeared. No one knows where he is or what's going on with him. I mean, maybe he just decided the idol life wasn't for him and retired? But it is really weird not knowing at all. So we have the actual jewel case. What's so interesting to me about their jewel case packaging is that they don't have booklets with them. Because a lot of the groups who will do the jewel case packaging will have a little lyrics booklet here in addition to the photo book. But ONF just put the CD in, which is actually kind of nice. It's like really emphasizing the retroness of the CD packaging. I weirdly like it. In the back, we just have the track listing again. I also have the track listing on the back of the photo book, which is a really interesting material. Like, it's textured. I think you can see that on camera. But this was a really cool video. The thing with ONF is I'm pretty sure they have a lore, but I don't understand it, and I don't really want to understand it, honestly. I just like the visuals. Sometimes you don't need to know what's going on to enjoy it. And I feel like their new single is a really great example of that. Couldn't tell you the meaning of anything that happens in the video, but I love the video. The photo shoot for this one looks really cool. I have E-tion with black and white hair for once. Totally different look for him. Because he's normally a redhead. Then we have E-tion, I think? Yeah, that's E-tion. JS. Which, now that I'm actually looking through the photo books, it's funny that I see him most as a blonde, because he's actually been brunette in more of these photo books than he has blonde. But I think he was mostly blonde on Road to Kingdom, which is where I really started to learn the members. Wyatt. And I really love Wyatt's rap in the title track, Why. It's just such a cool part of the song. I have E-tion. Very pretty. The brown hair with the blonde highlights is such a good look. Then we have you. And then the on unit. The off unit. Oh, that's pretty. Gotta love a good nature photo shoot. And for the photo cards. Oh, wow. You get a lot what this album looks like. So I got JS again. JS seems to love me is what I'm learning. We do have their names on the back this time. Here we have E-tion. So I guess you get an on unit and an off unit card, and I got both the leaders. That's cute. We have this receipt. Oh, that's cute. And then a group card. Oh, wow, and you get another photo card? Oh, I didn't know this album came with that many photo cards. That's really cool. So you get this group card, which I really like. The back of that looks like. Then I got another E-tion. Nice. So, leader line loves me, it seems, based on my polls today. I kind of feel bad for anyone who is trying to get into them and learn the members in this album, because E-tion and E-tion had exactly the same hair color. They both had brown hair with the lighter highlights. These are some really gorgeous pictures of JS. The styling of this era was so cool. Very dystopian movie. Which makes sense because that was oh wow, That is a gorgeous picture. This is such a niche reference that no one is going to understand. But this picture reminds me of a couple scenes from Hallie and AJ's Hot House music video, where the sisters are lying in the grass like that. And I love the aesthetic of that, so anything that reminds me of that is an automatic win in my book. The chain necklace, that is just so cool. Yeah, they really went like full dystopian movie fantasy with this comeback. And the video for this, for Y, is actually up to 6 million views, I think, now. But I think that is largely due to people who saw their performances on Road to Kingdom going and looking up their original stuff, and that being their most recent video that they put out before Kingdom. I'm really interested to see if their new video is going to surpass that. And considering it's already beat out We Must Love in 24 hours of release, it's looking really promising. I'm really excited. I really want them to do well with this comeback because all their stuff is so good. They really deserve it. This is such a pretty photo book. This is my personal favorite so far out of these 4 albums because it's the aesthetic, I think, that matches mine the most. I love the dystopian concepts. I mean, there's a reason Monsta X became my alts when they were doing All In and Fighter. It's just something that appeals to me. There are the lyrics for Y, Asteroid, All Day, Moscow, Moscow, and Twinkle, Twinkle. Ever Thanks Tu's Again from Hyojin, E-tion, JS, and Wyatt. And then MK and U. And then our credits. So that is it for today's K-pop haul. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I have pre-ordered ONF's newest mini-album, Spin Off, and I will be doing an unboxing of that when it arrives, so please stay tuned for that if you are interested. If you'd like to see other unboxings or K-pop hauls like this one, you can check out the other videos on my channel, and if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.